Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahahakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. It's your brother Isaiah from the Pittsburgh GMS camp, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahahakodash, Lord willing, is edifying. All right, and this is just a quick lesson I want to go into. The elder Apostle Tahar posted a video titled Sodnetter asks Priest Sabak what the mark of the beast is. Okay, and I'm not going to pull it up. Let me do this real quick. Alright, so that's what happened. Okay, and I just want to get a few precepts going into that, because that group in particular says that the mark of the beast is spiritual, all right? And if the mark of the beast is spiritual, then we're all finished, okay? We're all through. And make sure, cut down this, exposure a bit. All right, but if the mark of the beast is a sin, or if it's spiritual, then we're all through. Okay, so let's get a few precepts. I had actually sent some to myself, but I forgot it's gonna show the number that I sent it from. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just type in a few precepts. Revelation 14. Alright, let's go to Revelation 14. I want to scroll down to verse 9. Revelation 14:9 says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation." Okay? So it's telling you right here. Let me continue. "And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." Okay? So that's the judgment that comes with taking the mark of the beast. All right? And so when you say that the mark of the beast is spiritual, we're all through. Okay? If the mark of the beast truly is spiritual like you guys say it is, which is not, it's not spiritual. Okay? It's a physical mark. Okay, and how do we know it's a physical mark? Well, the scriptures tell us that, and we'll get it in a second. But if it's spiritual, if it's sin, which I've heard some people say, which I believe that's what they're alluding to, it being sin, and I believe they even mentioned something about, I heard Priest Zabak say, where there's chips in the cards, there's chips in the phone. Either he said it or somebody on the comment board said it. But the point is, okay, if that's the case, then we're all through. All right. Now, first of all, you have to ask yourself a question. If a part of the mark is that you won't be able to buy or sell without it, then what makes it spiritual? How would they be able to verify that what you're saying is true? Revelation 13. Okay. And 16 says, "And he causeth all." First of all, let's read 13 and 15. "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the beast should be killed." Worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? So you have to ask yourself a question. Who is this talking about? All right? Who is this talking about? Him that had the power, okay? Because it speaks of it as what? Revelation 13 and 11, it says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." Okay? So who does this represent? Well, we know this to represent America, Babylon the Great, all right, with their two-party system. Verse 12, "And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, Yeah, the Roman Empire, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Right. So he's forcing everybody to conform to a Roman style system of government. Okay, going into the two-party system, their democracy, which they push upon the whole planet Earth, man. Verse 13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Okay, this goes into the nuclear missiles, man. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Okay, right, because their miracle, their science is highly advanced. Okay, and you know, they deceive them that dwell on the earth. They're going into making you superhuman, giving you superhuman powers on the left hand side by exercising their witchcraft and their sword, which is their technology. Okay, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Right, so they go around pushing this democracy on the whole world. Okay, so you can see who this is talking about. All right, if you deduce everything through the spirit. Okay, this is talking about this who's at the spearhead of pushing democracy, man. All right, who's at the spearhead? Well, it just so happens to be America, Babylon the Great. Okay, and that beast that which had the wound by a sword and did live, that's speaking about the Roman Empire, because the Roman Empire was taken down. Okay, um, the pagan Roman Empire was taken down, and then the Holy Roman Empire was started, which is called the Byzantine Empire. Okay, which was the rulership of so-called blacks. Okay, the so-called blacks, I think it was Native Americans, but okay, it was the Dark Ages, as Esau likes to call it. All right, where blacks ruled, so-called blacks ruled in Europe. All right, so let's continue. So he goes around, he's forcing everybody to take on this democracy. Okay, to take on this democracy, and let's also look at it in another aspect. He's forcing everybody to use his currency. He's forcing everybody to use his currency. You see, and he had power to live, to give life unto the image of the beast, because he'll kill you if you try to switch away from his currency, man. This is another aspect of thinking about it, how you can know that this is talking about physical means. You see, this person who runs this system, Esau Edom, he's not a spiritual person. He uses witchcraft, but primarily he's very carnal. Okay, and you can see that by his forefather Esau, because he sold his whole birthright for a morsel of meat and some pottage. All right, and he had power to give unto the image, life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, and we just went into that. All right, we went all into that. How they'll go around and they'll basically murk you and put it. They'll murk the leadership if the leadership don't conform, and they'll put their own leadership in, their own puppet into that system, man. Okay, so this is all going into carnality, man. This ain't spiritual. The only spiritual aspect is that, okay, spiritually, this place embodies the same spirit of ancient Roman Empire, but it's all doing it through physical means. You see? So let's look at it again. Verse 16 says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So wait a minute. You mean to tell me that Esau's going to go around making sure that you have this spiritual indicator in order for you to be able to buy or sell? How will he prove that you have this spiritual indicator upon yourself? How would he prove that you're not lying? So what, are they going to be linking people up to lie detectors and make sure, are you a sinner? Are you or do you worship us? You could just play it off. You see? And then repent later for being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. But no, that's not how this is going to work. Okay, this is going to be a physical indicator. This man is carnal, once again, like I said. And see, you have to understand the being that you're dealing with. See, this guy wants to be like the Most High. Okay, And what are some of the characteristics of the Most High? See, you have to think about this through the Spirit, Salakia. You got to think about this through the Spirit. Okay? Let's get a precept. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 23 and 19 says, such a man only feareth the eyes of men. Let me see if there's something about that. Sirach 23. And let's keep going. Such a man only fear the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret part. Okay? And that's how this devil works. Okay? Like I said, he wants to be like the Most High. Let's get that, and then I'll explain some more. Okay? The scriptures literally say this. You got to bring these things to life. Isaiah 14 and 14. Okay, Isaiah 14. Let's read above that. Let's read the top. No, let's go down. Isaiah 14 and 4 says, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Okay? Let's just scroll down. Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? All right? And this is speaking about Esau, Edom, man. Okay? Because through this same, it just said there, when we read in Revelations, all right, it talked about how he would cause if all that did not worship the beast that should be put to death, man. All right? And so he goes to these different places, and there's two ways he weakens them. Either he kills them to weaken them, or he puts his policies in place, which also weakens them. Okay? He weakens the nations all across the world, man. That's how you know this is talking about Esau, Edom, man. It's one of the ways you know. Okay? Isaiah 14 and 12, how with the weaken the nation. 13, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Are they not trying to do that? Are putting their space stations up there? Okay. And also, we are considered the stars of the Most High. Okay. And they've exalted themselves over us right now. All right. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, which I just basically explained that. I will ascend above the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Okay? So when you look at that precept that I just read in Sirach 23 and 19, okay, this is one of the attributes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? How his eyes behold all the ways of men. You know, his the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. So he has to, on the carnal side, try to live up to this. And how does he do that? Well, one of the ways is, you see right now, okay, what you see on your screen is me recording my smart TV, all right? Which is why I'm able to control my phone, okay, from sitting in my seat, and basically almost be like I'm on my computer, because I can't always, use my computer because it's in my bedroom. And so I have to find other means. And one of the ways you can screencast to a TV. But these smart TVs, okay, they have cameras in them, all right? And E can watch you at any given time. You would be a fool to think that E has not mastered the technology, okay, to be able to put these things inside of these man, their technology is way farther advanced than people give them credit for. All right, he could put a camera anywhere in here, and you would never know. You would never know there was a camera in there, because he can hide it where you won't tell. It could be built into the sensor that you use to control the TV, because you can't block that sensor, because your remote won't work if you don't leave that sensor unplugged. So this is just one of the ways, Salat. Okay, one of the ways he could be using that. Okay, but let's continue, man. I think I proved the point that this man is carnal. Revelation 13 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So what's going on there? Here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. You see? So that's exactly what's going on with this devil, man. Okay. All right. You can't get around that, man. All right. So I did want to get a few precepts, basically. All right. Because this is the thing. If what's the purpose? See? If we all if it's spiritual, if the mark is spiritual, and if the mark is sin, then we're all done for. You know, and there's a few key understandings behind that. Okay, let's open this. If I can get it to open in a new tab. Okay, open this. Right. So I'm gonna read these two precepts. All right, Revelation 3. So I see exactly where it was. Revelation 3 and 10. Okay. Revelation 3 and 10 says, because thou hast kept my word, kept the word of my patience. Oh, Salah. Let me turn back sideways. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the earth, to try them that dwell thereupon. Okay? So what is this hour of temptation? Y'all gonna have to say, yeah, what's this hour of temptation? Okay, what is this thing that the Lord said he's gonna keep back certain men from? Okay, if the mark of the beast is spiritual, then what are they gonna be tempted to do? It says that. It says this hour of temptation, okay, which shall come upon the world to try all them, okay, to try them that dwell upon the earth. You see? So what is this? Now we believe and we know this to be when that mark of the beast is offered, okay, around the world. Okay, and you can't eat or drink unless you take it. You see? So let's look at the key attributes of the 144,000. Because I have a point to make here. Alright, Revelation 14. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which I know I read that. I'm going to just continue. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth his mark in his hand. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai. So wait a minute. Here's the patience of the saints. Okay. Let me see. Matter of fact, I think it says it up here. Hold on. I want to get this one. It says, there's a precept. Gotten the victory over his Revelation 15, all right, and 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having 7 plagues, the 7 plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the Most High. So wait a minute. Okay, let's say for instance, because I don't know if it's them that teach it, but I believe it might be. Okay, if the mark of the beast is sin, then we all have it. Okay, and then that would mean that you have to say that there's repentance for receiving the mark of the beast. But the Lord said, if you have the mark of the beast, you will drink of the wine of the wrath of his fornication. All right. So that doesn't make sense. Now let's hold on. Yeah, let's get this one precept, and then we'll get some word definitions. Let's Yeah, both of them is what I want. Romans 4 and 8. I'll just get it from here. Romans 4 and 8. See if there's anything above that. Romans 4 and 6. Even as David also describeth the blessedness of the man unto whom the Most High imputed righteousness without works, saying, blessed are they whose iniquities are forgiven and whose sins are covered. Blessed is the man whom the Lord will not impute sin. Okay? Blessed is the man upon whom the Lord will not impute sin. So if sin is the mark of the beast, that means we all got it. That means we all already got the mark of the beast. That means everybody before had it. Solomon had it. David had it. Everybody had the mark. That's going off. Okay? And let's get this next one. Psalms. I think that's it. Psalm 64. Let me make sure. 65. Psalm 65 and 3 says, iniquities prevail against me. As for our transgressions, thou shalt purge them away. Blessed is the man whom thou choosest, the elect, and causest to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple. Okay? And that's not really the one I wanted. Alright? But it says iniquities prevail against me. And as for our transgressions, thou shalt purge them away. But it doesn't speak about you being able to repent from receiving the mark of the beast. And as it said, that the men of the Lord, the 144,000, they got victory over his mark and over his image. All right? The mark of the beast, bro, you have to be able to, you're not going to be able to buy or sell without this mark. All right? Even so-called Christians, Edomite Christians can see that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. Okay? If you can't see that, let's get this. Now I'm going to end it off. Second Corinthians 4 and 3 is where I'll start. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. Okay? So, if you don't get it, then the Lord have just basically allowed you to be blinded by this devil. All right, and more than likely you're gonna take the mark because you don't feel any urgency to not take it. You think it's cool. You think it's all right. You gonna fuck around and take it. All right. So that's it. You know, ain't gonna drag it out no longer. Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh by Shemi Awashai, by Shemar HaHakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. With that, I want to say Shalom.